Do you know what the 3 key ingredients to eating well are? And would you like to know what 3 eating plans I recommend for health, well-being, and longevity? Stay tuned. Hi, this is Neely with Neely on Nutrition. In a recent series of videos, I talked about diets and our culture's obsession with dieting and weight loss, and I promised that I would give you information on what I do recommend. Do me a favor though, so you don't miss any future upcoming videos, make sure that you click the red subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any of those videos. And of course, don't forget to wait to the end and catch my bloopers. Let's get this straight. There is no one size fits all when it comes to eating plans. Every person is unique. What is best for health and well-being, though, isn't all that glamorous or sexy or new and shiny, and so it doesn't get the attention of the media, and unfortunately, it doesn't sell a lot of books. There's no magic pill, potion, program, or product that is going to miraculously transform somebody's lifestyle and health. The biggest question to ask, though, is can you see yourself eating this way 5 years from now? Is it something that you can do over the course of a lifetime? Is it nutrition you can live with? Remember, the best diet is a diet that you don't know you're on. And when I refer to diet, I refer to the way one chooses to eat. I have a healthy diet, but that doesn't mean that I am on a diet. Now, in some previous videos, though, I was referring to the type of diets that people go on and then go off, what we call fad type diets. And you can watch that information in these videos up here. Let's talk about the 3 components for a healthy diet. Number 1, not eliminating entire food groups like carbs or fats. Number 2, eating a more plant-based diet, a more wholesome diet, foods that are, and number 3, foods that are minimally processed, not the ultra-processed foods that are so ubiquitous in our food supply now. Is there a best diet? What do the experts say? Each year since 2011, U.S. News has published a comprehensive list of diets, ranking them by quite a number of lists of criteria, and it's published in January of every year. There were many categories, but I want to focus on the best overall category and focus on the top 3. Now, this is based upon the 2020 results, but and I'll probably be making a video about the 2021 results. But the top 3 were, number 1, Mediterranean. Number 2 was actually tied with the DASH diet and the flexitarian style of eating. I'm going to talk about each of these briefly, but in future videos I'll go into more detail about them. You can, though, get some information, click in the description below to get a little more information about these styles of eating. All 3 of the eating plans scored high in the key components, the key ingredients I mentioned for a healthy diet. They were didn't eliminate entire food groups, they were based upon wholesome foods and plant-based diet, and they minimize the consumption of the ultra-processed foods, or what I call highly manufactured food-like substances. The Mediterranean diet. So the Mediterranean diet is based on research of the Mediterranean region and focuses on health. And not only do people live longer, but they live healthier longer. Quality of life is improved. So it's one thing to live longer, but if you're living longer but don't have a good quality of life, then that's not such a good thing. Now, although there isn't one Mediterranean diet, because the Greek culture eats differently from the Italian culture, who eats differently from the French and the Spanish cultures. But in overall, they all share a common approach, and they're based upon plant-focused, plant-centric principles. Their way of eating is plant-based with lots of produce, nuts, tons of legumes or beans, dried beans, and legumes are a huge part of the everyday diet in that region. Fish-based meals are prevalent, but the meals are low in red meat, added sugar, and saturated fats. Olive oil is the oil of choice and is very common throughout that region. Here's a Mediterranean diet pyramid that offers guidelines on how to fill your plate. Next, I want to talk about the DASH diet. Now, DASH stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, and it's based upon research that was done in the early 1990s, multi-center trials, and it's a plant-based approach to eating to reduce high blood pressure. But it's not just for people with high blood pressure. The guidelines are similar to what we would recommend for somebody for preventing heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and cancer. The bottom line is DASH is just a good, healthy eating plan, like many of the plant-based approaches are. The original research of the DASH diet focused not on specific individual nutrients, but looking at dietary patterns. But it's the combined effects of the nutrients that occur together in food. The DASH diet is rich in potassium, calcium, magnesium, fiber, and protein. DASH also discourages foods that are high in saturated fat, such as fatty meats, full-fat dairy products, and tropical oils. Also, as well as sugar-sweetened beverages and sweets. Results of this research shows that eating a food pattern that's rich in fruits and veggies and whole grains, low-fat dairy, nuts, and beans significantly lowered blood pressure. But not only did results show that they lowered blood pressure, but they also helped in lowering total cholesterol and the LDL, or the bad cholesterol, as well as reduce inflammation, which inflammation is one of the underlying causes of a number of chronic diseases. Let's talk about the flexitarian way of eating. Just like its name implies, it's a combination of flexible and vegetarian. This is the plan that I follow. I'm mostly a lacto-ovo vegetarian, but if I have the urge to eat a good steak or a juicy burger, I will. But it's quite uncommon in my overall diet in general. And a flexitarian style of eating is not about taking away foods, but what foods are added to a particular diet. So again, it's not denying foods, but it's adding to what you can eat. So it's very flexible in its approach. Again, those three styles of eating, Mediterranean, DASH, and flexitarian, they all focus on those three ingredients I mentioned earlier, such as not eliminating entire food groups. They are focused on plant-based diets, whole food plant-based diets, and as well as minimizing the consumption of ultra-processed foods. I will link in the description to some resources for you. And in future videos, I will discuss those three approaches in more detail. You know, I think often the way we eat, the style of eating that we have, whether it's keto or paleo or vegan, it's like cults or tribes. You know, you've got the keto peeps over here and the vegan peeps over here. And well, I am, as a flexitarian, I'm like, you know, I'll be the referee and I'll be right down the middle. So really preaching that flexible, but more plant-based approach. And remember, there is no one perfect way. When somebody asks me, hey, Neely, should I do this? Well, the answer to that is yes, no, maybe. I think it's important to be you, do you, embrace yourself, and embrace your differences. Because of the confusion in the world of nutrition, and there's a lot of confusion, especially about things like carbohydrates, I created a free guide. It's a 19-page guide, The Truth About Carbs, Everything You Need to Know. And you can pick that up here in the link here, or I'll also leave a link in the description. And don't forget to hit the red subscribe button and the bell icon so you can get notified of future videos. And if this information resonated with you, please give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching Neely on Nutrition, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. And of course, stay to the end so you can catch my bloopers. God. What's he doing? Look at the bowl. Number 2, eating a more whole foods based, I just can't get this. Lex, stop it. And then I'll also have, this is not a good time to be doing this, and a day. I guess I'm going to stop recording for the day because somebody needs attention. By the way, this is a standing desk. That's how big my boy is.